Yo, what is up guys, my name is Hakiii and I'm going to take you through how I make millions every day in GTA Online. This easy process is what I do nearly daily, so if you have a little bit of time each day to play GTA Online, you should definitely consider doing these. Beginning with the first hour of grinding the Cluckenbell farm raid finale. There's actually a method to skip the setups, which is extremely useful because it cuts down the time of you actually grinding by a lot, and it's a lot of tedious setup missions you have to do usually. 5 setups before playing the finale, that is a lot of setups, but I did make a video on how to actually bypass all these setups. I'll link it at the end of the video, but basically you just have to do one certain setup and then you get straight to the finale. And as you might or might not know, the Cluckenbell farm raid finale is super fast. You can complete it pretty easily. I want to say it might even be faster than the Fleesa job finale, which is the easiest and shortest heist in the game. It should take more or less 15 minutes to complete it, which is very short for a heist finale once again. And as an awesome reward, you get $500,000 payout. It's a set payout. There's no cuts or anything like some other heists, which I actually do prefer. I think it's nice that the host gets a set payout and they know what to expect and how much they're getting. Now, despite bypassing the setups, the cooldown of the heist finale does still apply, unfortunately, and it's a 48-minute cooldown, which is one full in-game day, which is not that bad. Some other ones have longer cooldowns than this one. If you do choose to play it with a friend, although you can do it completely solo, a friend would make it a little bit easier and a little faster. As we said before, there's no cuts with this type of heist, so they just get a set payout of $50,000 for helping you, which is not bad for someone joining, but obviously the $500,000 is a lot more attractive. Since that was so short, I'm still in the first hour of playing GTA Online this day, and by far the best way of making an extra $250,000 is doing the HSW time trial, which should only take a minute or two. Lucky for us, it's also the easiest time trial to complete out of the 4, and as long as you have a fast HSW vehicle that has at least semi-decent handling, you should be able to complete it with like 10 or even 20 seconds left. I personally recommend the Hakiii drag HSW just because it's a motorcycle and it's really nice because technically there's less of a chance of crashing into something. If you still happen to be playing on old gen, you would probably want to go with the regular time trial, which would pay $100,000 instead of $250,000. So it doesn't pay as well, and it's much more difficult than the HSW time trial, so it might take a couple tries to actually complete, but you're still making a good amount of money in a short amount of time, unless you absolutely cannot complete it after like a gazillion tries. After completing one, you can go and complete the other time trials, which wouldn't pay as well, but they're still pretty solid to do. It's a $50,000 payout for both the Junk Energy Bicycle one and then the RC Bandito one. It's quick money methods and it's pretty easy money, so I recommend doing them, although sometimes I would just say screw it and be okay with the $250,000 that I made from the HSW one. At this point, I would go and make a pit stop at one of my favorite businesses in the game, the nightclub. The reason I'm gonna make a pit stop is to fill up my popularity bar. So the more you play GTA Online, the more popularity you're gonna be losing as you generate passive money through the wall safe. And this passive income that you get is actually crazy. It's $50,000 every 48 minutes, which once again is one in-game day. It might not seem like a lot, especially when you compare it to payouts from the Cluckenbell farm raid and the Cayo Perico heist and all that, but that's active money making, which naturally would pay more, but you have to do more for it. Whereas with this, I see this as just bonus money that you get for just playing the game. And so I'm going to teach you a little trick if you didn't know. If you go in passive mode while inside of the nightclub, that automatically gets you a troublemaker that you can go and kick out, and that can actually increase your nightclub popularity and get you a free extra $10,000 too. It kind of reminds me of being a real-life property manager, because you just make casual pit stops at your properties to make sure everything is running well and everything's under control. That's basically what I do with the nightclub. I just go and pay a visit every now and then just to make sure that the popularity is maxed out so I get the most money from that wall safe. And so you can go and collect the money you already generated, or you could just stack it up and wait till it maxes out at $250,000 and collect it then, which should take about 5 hours since, or actually maybe a little less than that, since you generate 50k every 48 minutes. So just play a couple of hours each day and you can generate an extra $250,000, if not $250,000, maybe close to that. It really depends how long you have each day to play. Then heading into hour 2, I tell myself that I want to change it up a bit. I want to get a different heist going, whether it's the Diamond Casino heist or the Cayo Perico heist or one of the Doomsday ones. On the phone, you can go to the middle left application, go into heist, and then you have the 3 best paying heists in the entire game. I wouldn't say exactly the best heist just because the Cluck and Bell farm raid isn't really an option on there, but it's still 3 amazing heists that pay a lot. Now that's going to put you on call, and it's going to find you a random lobby of people that are already playing the heist, and most of the time it's going to be the heist finale, especially with the Cayo Perico one. If it's a setup, I guess maybe it's not as worth it, but you can just keep searching until you find a finale. That's one way to search for a heist finale to join someone else that's doing it. Of course, you can also do it through the community tab of Xbox or PlayStation, whatever you play on. The minimum cut you can get for these heists is 15%, which is not bad. So even if you get the bare minimum, you should be able to make at the very least a few $100,000, if not a couple $100,000. It really depends how generous the host of the mission is to you. Maybe it'll give you like 25%, which is pretty solid too. But let's say you're playing the Cayo Perico heist, the payout you get depends on so many different factors, so it's hard to say how much you'll get, but you should be able to make about a couple $100,000 with it. I've heard people say they get kicked a lot because they're a low level, but personally from my experience, I've met a lot of people that would be happy to carry low levels to get this payout. So technically you have to get lucky with finding the right nice and generous person. Not very ideal, but considering you're gonna join someone that basically just gives you a shortcut to the heist finale, you didn't have to mess with all the tedious setups. It's basically like you're hopping on a boat that's already going to Dreamland. In this case, the heist finale payout would be Dreamland. Getting closer into hour 3 of playing GTA Online this day. The cooldown for the Cluck and Bell farm raid is done by now, and you can replay it. Very straightforward. Another easy $500,000 in about 15-20 minutes. A quick recap of the cash we've made so far. We've made $1 million total from the Cluck and Bell farm raid, a couple $100,000 from, let's say for example, the Cayo Perico heist. Let's just say 400k as a rough estimate. Another 250k from the time trial. That puts us so far at $1.65 million made today, not counting the nightclub just yet, but we'll count that at the end. We'll add to the total. Still in hour 3 of grinding, we're going to be heading to the agency and start up one of my favorite missions or money making methods in the game in general, security contracts. In each session you go in, you get a randomized list of 3 different security contracts to pick from. The payout ranges anywhere from $35,000 all the way up to $70k. It depends on the difficulty and the actual one you get. Professional difficulty is easiest, specialist is medium difficulty, and then the hardest is Specialist Plus. So you do want to hope for a Specialist Plus mission, which would get you at least $60,000. Oftentimes you might get a list of really easy missions that don't pay as much as you want, so what you could do is just switch sessions, go in and invite only, and that's going to refresh the list of security contracts that it gives you. This one, like the Cluck and Bell farm raid, is also one that you can do completely solo, but having some friends in would definitely make it pretty easy because it's more manpower. And for these more difficult ones, it should take about 10 to 15 minutes to complete this one. You get about, let's say, 65k if you get a really good one, and that gets us past $1.7 million total. Getting near hour 4, you should be able to be really close, if not already maxed out with the nightclub's wall safe. So we're just gonna casually go and collect our $200,000, maybe $250,000, however much you manage to generate during this grinding time. The cooldown for the Cluck and Bell farm raid should be over and ready to go again for the 3rd time around, and that's how I would make millions every day playing GTA Online. And just as a little bonus, let's say you have to go to sleep and you have work or school the next day, what you can do is leave your console on and you can actually just stay in the CEO offices menu, or it could actually be also the Eclipse Towers menu, just any menu where you go up to the building and then it gives you this little list of options. It could also work with the casino if you have the penthouse with it. What you can do as an AFK method is just stay on this menu, the game thinks you're actually playing, and put your controller down where the left thumbstick is on an angle, so technically it thinks you're trying to scroll through something. And you can leave this overnight, and waking up in the morning you can collect another bonus money of 250k. Help the video out by dropping a like on it, and subscribe if you are new to the channel so you don't miss any more awesome videos like these. Click the video on screen now for 10 things I wish I bought sooner in GTA Online. I hope you all enjoy that video, and peace.